कई बार तभी तो लोग बोलते हैं कि हम भी गाना सीखना चाहते थे, हम कर नहीं पाए। अगर हमको स्टेज मिलता तो हम कर लेते। लेकिन वही तो है गैप कि सब कुछ कोई बनना चाहते थे, लेकिन आपने उस पे एक्ट नहीं किया। यू स्टिल वंडर एज़ एन एंटरप्रेन्योर कि ये क्या कर दिया अच्छा, जल्दी
Every
किया
day.
या देर किया। बट कोई टाइम करेक्ट और परफेक्ट टाइम नहीं होता। इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ यू एग्ज़ीक्यूट। चाहे आप एथलीट हो, चाहे आप साइंटिस्ट हो, चाहे आप बिल्डर हो, इन्वेंटर हो, खुद का डिसिप्लिन नहीं होगा तो कुछ नहीं
कुछ
होगा।
नहीं हो सकता. You have to build that.
Yeah.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Mr. A.R. Rahman, you have worked with him.
I think Rahman sir to me is the advisor and the mentor to my creative life and the creative life of Mox Asia. He is our mentor and the guiding light.
Personal finance has personal in front of it. It's very individualistic and it's
Yeah.
very different for everybody.
Before villainy, I think there is shame in India attached with money कि आप क्या कम है या बड़ा है, क्योंकि हमारी वैल्यू ही उसी चीज से बनी है।
Associated with being money minded is just being conscious that boss, ये दुनिया में रहना है तो पैसे कमाने पड़ेंगे, बढ़ाने पड़ेंगे. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Happy Hour with Fin Cocktail. Today, we have somebody very, very interesting. She's an artist, she is an ex editor at Rolling Stone India, and she also is the founder of Mox Asia, a creative agency and talent management company. Welcome, Nirmika Singh. Hello.
Hello, thank you so much, Saili. What a beautiful introduction. I'm so happy to be here today.
Thank you so much for making it. It's absolutely a pleasure. Now that you're here, could you tell us a little bit of, how the journey started, a little bit of your personal experiences in the beginning, and what inspired you in your early times?
Oh wow, what a beautiful question. I think it all goes back to how you started and why you started doing
Yes.
what you did. I grew up in New Delhi and I grew up in a very creatively inspiring home, very academically inclined as well. So we were all like, really motivated and encouraged to be very good academically as well as, nurture skills like music and debating and everything and writing. So I think I wanted to be a singer as a young kid, and I did eventually grow up to be a singer for a bit. And at the same time, I also knew that I had this bug of doing something very different, which was not in the creative arts, but I didn't really know what it was. So I ended up studying journalism
Nice.
in Delhi, and then I studied political science, and then I came to Bombay. I worked in a newspaper as a journalist. So then music became my thing. And as I grew in my journalistic journey, I realized that there was also like an entrepreneur inside of me somewhere. And I realized that when I was at Rolling Stone India, because I started working on a lot of things from, just covering the music space, just covering things which are cool and, everything to do with music festivals and artists, which is totally my jam, but also building things that would enable creativity. So I realized that my goal from the very start was to demystify creativity in some form or the other. And now I'm very comfortable saying that I am on a mission to demystify creativity in whatever formats I'm able to, whether as a journalist, as a writer, and now as a poet. And then poetry also happened because my parents wrote. They're both unpublished poets. So I didn't know that I had it in my veins, that I didn't know that I was meant to sort of be on stage and perform. And I was pursuing music as like my creative expression, but I didn't know that it was actually words. It was even more bare and even more raw, and words are all we have, right? So this is how it happened. So I've been doing a bunch of things. Now I identify very convincingly as an entrepreneur because, I took this major leap of faith and conviction last year, and I've got my own company now, and we're helping artists succeed in their own journeys. We're building dream teams for artists. So mission wohi hai to demystify creativity and also to tell people that much like sports and science and other fields and finance, creativity can be learned and there is a roadmap to it. And I want to build it.
Very, very interesting. You literally use the term that we use for Fin Cocktail. We say demystifying finance.
Oh, wow.
That's literally like our
that's crazy.
tagline.
Amazing. There you go.
And I agree actually because creativity, like you said, it can be learned. There is a process, method to the madness, let's say. I know this because I'm very little semi-creative when it comes to the content piece of it. But nothing compared to you, of course. You are fabulous in your creative process. Could you help me understand how you would tell, let's say, a young 20-something who wants to be in the creative field, how she can go or he can go about it?
A wonderful question. Thank you for asking me that. And I often wonder about the creative processes of
Mhm.
people, right? Now, creativity as a virtue cannot be learned, but the tools of creativity can be learned.
Okay.
कि वो क्या चीज़ है वो नहीं हम पिकअप कर सकते, उसके औजार जो हैं वो आप पिकअप कर
Mm.
सकते हो. Now, I cannot inject the emotion of the aspiration to
Mhm.
creativity, but what I can tell you is if you're a musician or if you're a writer or if you're a want to be a sculptor or an artist, consume a lot in your
Mhm.
early days, so
Okay.
you are a product of consumption.
Mhm.
So what you consume influences you. So for, say, a young musician, I would say if you want to be good at what you do, you have to listen to the greats and you have to do it in a disciplined fashion. So it can't be just, it has to be a little over, ye junoon hona chahiye seekhne ka.
Mm.
So you have to be very well rounded, listen to a lot of stuff, and also then practice in a disciplined format creativity every day.
Mhm.
जैसे मैथ्स की आप प्रैक्टिस करते हैं,
Correct.
और बाकी चीज़ों की करते हैं, स्पोर्ट्स की करते हैं. फनीली हम लोग ये सेम प्रिंसिपल्स क्रिएटिविटी पे नहीं अप्लाई करते, क्योंकि हमको लगता है क्रिएटिविटी कहीं से आती है.
Oh ho ho.
यू जस्ट गेट दिस ब्रेन वेव, और ये रात में बैठ के आता है, ये करते हैं तो आता है. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. सम ऑफ द मोस्ट क्रिएटिव पीपल and my guru Rahman sir, in fact we were writing a song till 5 a.m. yesterday.
Oh wow.
Now that's discipline, right?
Yeah.
Like that's discipline to just the pursuit of excellence, that you do it every day. And if you do anything every day for even 20 minutes, you're going to be great at it. आपको गुस्सा वाला बनना है तो आप रोज गुस्सा करो. You want to be great in skating, you skate every day.
Yeah.
So simply just that, do a lot of it, and then you also see your own evolution. Creative people are able to milestone their own evolution, and I think it's very important for anybody, especially creative people, to know where they're heading, because the path is so unforeseen.
Yeah.
Is to know where we're heading. The path to get anywhere is to know where we're going. And that is what I help people sometimes identify. And I love artists and I love being around artists.
I love it. It's like creativity की पढ़ाई करो.
Hmm.
Like properly structured way. You find the structure in your everyday life.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you get here? When did you realize that this was a process and that this is something that has to be kind of structured? Is there any you obviously mentioned Rahman sir, but are there any other mentors or pivotal moments in your life that led you to here?
Oh, 100%. I think I'm a product of everyone that I've been influenced and inspired by. So everybody from, just reading so much. Reading, actually, आप लिखते हो तभी जब आप पढ़ते हो, और वो चीज़ है आजकल थोड़ा सा लोग नहीं समझते हैं. अगर आप पढ़ेंगे नहीं तो लिख नहीं पाएंगे.
100%.
तो पढ़ाई of the greats, everybody from Gulzar ji, Rahat Indori ji, their works have inspired me a lot as a poet. As a journalist, of course, there's a world of literature
Yeah.
that I've grown up, watching, reading. I'm calling it literature because a lot of it is actually literature,
Yeah.
although it's journalistic. So I really hold journalists in very high regard. Also, I think एक और चीज़ होती है कि आप observe करते हो life को in a different sort of way, और आपके अंदर एक need होती है to express it.
Yeah.
So I think I've always had it. And what you have to do is act on it. कई बार तभी तो लोग बोलते हैं कि हम भी गाना सीखना चाहते थे, हम कर नहीं पाए. अगर हमको स्टेज मिलता तो हम कर लेते. लेकिन वही तो है गैप, कि सब कुछ कोई बनना चाहते थे लेकिन आपने उस पर एक्ट नहीं किया. और एक्ट किस पे इम्पोर्टेंट होता है? जब आपके अराउंड पीपल आपको कल्टिवेट करें वो एनवायरनमेंट कि अच्छा, इट्स ओके टू डू इट.
Yeah.
I was lucky at my home to be, able to have pursued music as a kid, and there was always like an air of okay, yeah, you can do it if you love it. But सब जगह नहीं होता है, और वो ही मैं recreate करना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि everything starts from home.
Correct.
Most artists that I work with right now are people who've been actually told so many no's along the way that they've become, कि अब तो हमें करना ही है to prove a point. But a secure creativity is the most liberated one.
Yeah.
When you know that you're doing it because everyone believes. But I think the biggest learning here in identifying a process has come from people themselves, right? The hundreds and hundreds of artists that I meet. So that has been basically almost, you could say, I mean, they're my, I hate to use an entrepreneurial word. I did do a lot of customer research, and that happened organically since the time I was an artist. For the past 10 years, I've been speaking with artists. अच्छा, आपका क्या problem है? आपका क्या problem है? अच्छा ये है. तो मुझे नहीं पता था कि मैं कल एक entrepreneur बन जाऊंगी.
Correct.
But then this learning and this sort of empathy towards my customer that early on led me to build a business that is very transparent, very empathetic, and that gets the artists. And I think the chops in the business world, whether it's from Rolling Stone or my own work, have helped me become a business person that can speak that language as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a bit of both that I had to learn. Yeah. So yeah, learning.
Nice. Nice. So getting back to the Rolling Stone India kind of gig that you did. How did you spearhead the transition from the digital transformation within the magazine?
Well, so I joined Rolling Stone India in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I was all of 27. And the good thing is that at that young age, you did not have the baggage or the
Oh, yeah.
legacy of the old. So the new was always very obvious to me. And
Yeah.
that was the problem statement that was given to me by
Handed
the
in.
publishers that,
Mm-hmm.
we do want to change the image of the magazine. It has to be very forward looking. It has to have a lot of creator ecosystems married to it. And plus, look at the magazine not just as something that's giving you authority and validation, but also creating a bigger ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and I'm blessed to have had like a beautiful team. We almost functioned like a startup.
Nice.
I served Rolling Stone for almost 8 years, and my entire team was with me for 8 years. So that was beautiful. So we realized that the magazine in today's time, something as big, these legacy brands like Rolling Stone and, other magazines don't really need anything to validate them. What they need to do is use the brand to create multiple avenues of a revenue to secure
Mm-hmm.
themselves, but also stakeholdership within the creative community.
Yeah.
So, and my biggest allies would have been artists. And that's what we did. Like with Rolling Stone, we did so many things to just create a beautiful, nourishing community of artists, build a lot of brands and artist collaboration so that, I mean, money enables you, right? Like if you don't solve the
100%.
problem of money, never solved
100%.
anything, then I'd be just sort of speaking off the cuff. But the biggest challenge was also for me to make it profitable. So,
Yeah.
and we were able to do it with the right intention and with a lot of sincerity in working with artists and working with brands and creating some memorable IPs and, you know, efforts that. So I think it happened at the right time
Mm-hmm.
also because we had the social media revolution going on. We had to
Correct.
really jump on that wave.
Yeah.
So it's been exceedingly, well how, those years went.
You have transitioned from a lot of roles. It's just music has been the one thing that kind of held you together and kind of holds everything together, right? You've been musically inclined
Right,
on all fronts.
right.
So when did you decide to take this leap, and why Mox Asia?
I think it was on my mind for a couple of years. It was
Mm-hmm.
only a matter of time. You sense that entrepreneurial spirit, and you were like, okay, now I want to do stuff that is completely outlandish, that is not bound by any mandates that anyone has to give me. Now I want to build my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, every entrepreneur has that
Yeah.
building instinct. So it's been on my mind. It had been on my mind for a couple of years. And last year I realized was a great time for me to take the leap. And yeah, so now we're doing stuff beyond music as well, and that
Mm-hmm.
was also another thing that I wanted to consciously take a step towards, move beyond music to pop culture things like, whether it is sports or cinema or, entertainment in India, whether it's gaming or tech. Now those are also interests of mine, and I didn't want to underserve them,
Mm-hmm.
say at an organization, because
Yeah.
you're bound by the organization's
Correct.
mandates as well. And I realized that this was the right time. I had a great team. I have a great co-founder in somebody that I worked with Rolling Stone for like many years. So we had a great dream team. And
Lovely.
it's never the right time, right? Like you still wonder as an entrepreneur, कि ये क्या कर दिया अच्छा, जल्दी
Every
किया
day.
या देर किया. But कोई time correct or perfect time नहीं होता. It all depends on how you execute. तो जब जागो तब सवेरा. I love what I'm doing. I'm thoroughly nourished by all the inspiration and creativity, and I really hope that I'm able to do all the things that I have in my mind.
I am sure you will. I'm sure you will. See, you are nurturing artists' confidence. I'm nurturing yours.
Yes, I need that. Yeah, we all need a therapist, and we all need like yeah, we need
100%.
cheer people around us. 100%.
100%. So tell me a little bit more about Mox Asia, your dream project. Tell us a little bit about like maybe some standout projects that you're really
Sure.
proud of
Oh
that you
yeah,
worked
sure.
on.
So we've been up and running for a year, but there are a couple of things that we've done like which I feel have changed the course of how things are done. Like
Mm-hmm.
right now, we are on this beautiful tour that
Uh-huh.
is fully sustainable,
Ooh.
or trying to be fully sustainable. We're doing a concert tour with the flagship artists that we manage. Their name is Swaratma. It's a band from Bangalore. They're folk rockers, amazing guys, and they're very conscious in their
Mm-hmm.
efforts. And we want to change the way the live music industry is structured,
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to take them on a green path. So now they're doing these concerts that are fueled by solar power.
Oh wow.
So we're going from city to city and fueling the light and sound systems of the concert by solar power and solar panel batteries, and that's crazy. It's been a huge undertaking and it requires a lot of logistics. Also, it's
Yeah.
never been done before. So I do want to put a model in place where sustainable live economies
into-
can become, doable. Some of the other things that we've been doing, of course, in my own poetry project, Orsono has been flourishing. We've been doing a lot of mehfils. So it's given me a lot of fulfillment
Yeah.
as an artist, because end में मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि artist हूँ. हाँ, मतलब business आता है and all of that सही है,
Correct.
लेकिन artist भी तो हैं.
Yeah.
अगर ये नहीं
Heart
करेंगे,
of an artist.
heart of an artist, अगर वो चला जाएगा, I think I will lose everything.
Correct.
So I have also consciously tried to be the first artist that Mox manages.
Oh, that's
so
perfect.
be like, always have those goals. हमारी खुद की महफिल चल रही हैं, and then we're nurturing some very stellar talent across categories जिस पे शायद बाकी लोगों ने ध्यान नहीं दिया होगा. जैसे we are incubating talent across ghazal.
Oh nice.
And hip hop के साथ तो मेरा काम बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है, अभी भी
Yeah.
चल रहा है. And again, going back to all the mentors that we work with, some fabulous projects coming from the south. So lots is happening, and I'm very, very happy.
So much is happening.
I know.
I love
No,
it.
how do we pull it off?
Don't we wonder this every day?
Every day. हो जाता है लेकिन ना.
हो जाता
हो
है.
जाता है. Yeah.
होते होते हो जाता
जाता
है.
है.
So you are honestly one of the few, actually a lot of entrepreneurs that we know have taken the unconventional path of actually going through corporates and then going out on their own.
Right.
That's exactly what Niyati and I did as well. A lot of the young crowd is like, नहीं, हम पढ़ाई भी नहीं करेंगे, हम जॉब भी नहीं करेंगे, हम entrepreneur बनेंगे और millionaire बनेंगे.
सीधा overnight.
Direct.
Yes. या तो आप it's like there's no, या तो intern होंगे वो या फिर
हाँ.
CEO होंगे.
There is
Low
no
mid
beat.
management कुछ नहीं है.
Nothing.
हाँ.
What would you say to somebody who's like, doesn't believe in formal education, doesn't believe in working in a corporate, just wants to go for it?
I love that spirit.
Yeah.
I love rebels, and I love people who have that conviction, but it has to be backed with a lot of talent, a lot of discipline, and a good temperament. In fact, I often wonder that I shouldn't have probably done my master's, that I shouldn't have probably studied journalism if I knew from an early age that I had the business kida inside of me. But I came from a family that was very service oriented. There was zero. Most of us do, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know whether we even have it in us, and we find it out along the way. But had I known it early on, like I knew about my own creative instinct, I would have taken like my entrepreneurial plunge earlier. But if people know it, and if they've got a culture of course, I mean, now you can learn all your skills on YouTube and everywhere. You can find mentors so easily. So if you know at 16 or 17 that you're going to run a business, by all means do it. But be backed by all of those things. And I am an absolute renegade, and I feel that you have to be a renegade to and flout all the rules. And I don't think just wasting time being miserable at a corporate is going to give you any experience. And sometimes I often wonder, जो 1 साल में मैंने सीखा है वो शायद मैंने 8 साल में भी नहीं सीखा होगा. Everything from having a team, paying salaries, now pitching, raising money, ये कौन सिखाता है आपको?
I swear, really.
तो ये मुझे लगता है हाँ, ये जिसको करना है तो प्लान से of course हो सकता है. कितने सारे लोग ड्रॉप आउट होते हैं.
Yeah.
और trajectories. Yeah.
That is true. I semi agree, because I agree that you if you are so sure, take the plunge, but be backed by it. But I also think that the things that my corporate journey taught me, or my educational journey taught me, they actually helped me balance the three: the temperament, this thing, the talent and discipline. I didn't have. I mean, I did have some talent. I got to hone it. I didn't have much discipline. I got to learn it.
Right.
And I definitely did not have patience. So that also
taught you.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So that becomes a training ground. Probably, yes. Yeah. So you have to find your own training ground. If you don't want to be under somebody, if you want to be a boss from the get-go, then तो डिसिप्लिन होना चाहिए. मतलब एक एथलीट लेवल का. वही तो अब एथलीट जो है, मैं सारे कंपेयर करती हूँ, सारे का सब लोगों का जो वो है ना, वो दिल और अपना इंस्टिंक्ट सेम है. चाहे आप एथलीट हो, चाहे आप साइंटिस्ट हो, चाहे आप बिल्डर हो, इन्वेंटर हो, खुद का डिसिप्लिन नहीं होगा तो कुछ नहीं
हो सकता. You have to build that.
या तो वो कॉर्पोरेट दे दे आपको, या आप खुद अपने आप करो.
Correct.
But that's a necessary condition.
100%. You mentioned
Interesting.
team as well. Now, this is a question that I really struggle with. So I ask everybody this.
Sure, absolutely.
How did you build your team and what do you look for when you hire somebody?
How did I build my team? So a lot of my team is people that I've worked with in different sort of facets. People that we've worked, in the same organization previously, so we know each other. So one of the things that I look for uh, is drive.
Okay.
So I am totally a drive person and not an experience person. But if you can show me drive and you can show me discipline, some semblance of, because I find, okay, it's not the problem statement for somebody like me who's hiring for, say, a creative role or a non-creative role is either people are too creative that they're not disciplined, or they're too
Too disciplined
disciplined,
and
not
not
creative.
creative.
No, I need a mix of both, and most of us do.
Yeah.
It's a thin line. It's even more the case in our industries where
Yeah.
people are outlandishly creative but they're not reliable. And I feel that creativity and talent भी सीख सकते हो अगर आप रहे हमारे साथ तो, लेकिन आप मेरे को ड्राइव और डिसिप्लिन दिखाओ.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have a tendency to look for leaders, and I feel that I am constantly, whether they are applying for a junior role or a midish role, I'm always looking for leaders, people who can build their own sort of spaceships and don't rely on people who, so maybe people who are
Mini
outliers, mini entrepreneurs and outliers like myself. So I think I do tend to find people who are cut in the same cloth. So I'm also learning to find people who are completely different. And that's where having a co-founder and
Yeah,
having
of
the
course,
vision,
helps.
you understand so much. I'm also looking for people that I can trust completely.
That's a big part.
Trust is important. And the rest, I think, figures it's the river washes itself, like
Yeah.
it cleanses itself. I think that's also happened. We've worked with
Fair.
so many people, and also we work in a lot of satellite teams. So with an artist, there's a team of say 10 people attached, and those teams change month to month. So now we've worked with so many people that we now have begun to realize that in this category,
is working, that is not
that isn't.
working.
Yeah, so it's
Fair.
all a function of that.
Fair. Your conversation reminded me of this one little quote that says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
I agree, 100%. And some of us are actually more hardworking than we
Yeah.
may have been talented. So I
Yeah.
don't actually talent को मैं ज़्यादा भाव नहीं देती हूँ.
It's the
हाँ.
drive, like you said, and the hard work and the,
Yeah.
I guess, the zid to kind of prove yourself.
Yes. Oh, that you need. You need to be obstinate and stubborn about ये करना है and
करना
action.
तो है ही.
And बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जो आइडिया से एक्शन कर पाते हैं. आइडिया तो 1000 मिलते हैं लोगों के.
बहुत.
I know ideas are a dime a dozen, but action karna and plus to see through and follow it through, and people who take feedback. Now, feedbacking is a big thing in a creative thing because सबको लगता है उनका ही idea best है, वो ही जैसे करे सही है. But I've also learned to have like a very, and these are very tricky things because we're dealing with artists. They feel like it comes
Personal
back to them.
assault.
It's a personal assault if you tell them this is not working. So I think navigating those tricky territories to tell them, and that is why artists are coming to us also. Also because I would be the voice of reason. So I need to cultivate a lot of people who are voices of reason. Reason and logic. I am completely unimpressed by people who are, okay, I'll tell you about the other thing. Anyone who's like, believes, who's superstitious, believes a lot in things that are just like, I like people who are reasonable, reason oriented, logical. You talk logic with me, I'll talk logic with you.
Yeah. Who'll break things down with you and be like कि मैं आपकी सुनूं आप मेरी सुनो.
वही.
We'll come to a consensus ऐसा.
Yeah.
Nothing like.
And also बहुत सारे लोग passive aggressive होते हैं तो मेरे को नहीं समझ में आता. I'm a big confrontationist. लड़ाई करनी तो अभी कर लो. प्यार करना है तो अभी कर लो.
बकवास ना करो बाद में.
बस let's just get it done with, and that helps us,
Oh,
stay transparent.
of course. Yeah. Don't understand passive aggressive. Either है या नहीं है.
नहीं है, yeah,
बीच में कुछ नहीं.
Yeah.
Okay, now coming
Yes.
to one of my favorite things, Mr. A.R. Rahman. You have worked with him. Can you tell me a little bit about the creative process? How did that happen? The collab with him? What are you doing with him?
Oh my God. This is such a beautiful time to talk about Rahman sir because we've literally finished writing like 3 songs this week, and I feel I'm like, मुझे लग रहा है कि मेरे पैर ना ज़मीन पे नहीं है अभी, मैं पूरा हवा में नाच रही हूँ. I met Rahman, so I knew of him. Of course, he knew of me, I guess, when I was at Rolling Stone, and even before that I was at Hindustan Times, so interviews वगैरह तो करे हैं. लेकिन हमारी मुलाकात अच्छे से तब हुई थी when we were working on a project. एक show में हम लोग काम कर रहे थे, and one of our, so Rahman sir's co-founder in his company, he runs a company called Kyuki, which again does a lot of work with artists, and I was a kooky artist.
Oh,
And
nice.
जब हमारी मुलाकात हुई, a dear friend of mine who's no more now happened to mention that I also wrote poetry. So, you know, I was like this punk head. I had like a crazy hairstyle, and
No.
yeah, like
Like
this is
a.
very different. Yeah, like a buzz cut and full punk,
Ah,
and I was
damn.
like so शर्म आ रही थी मुझे. उन्होंने बोला अच्छा, रहमान सर ने बोला अच्छा आप पोइट्री लिखते हो तो सुनाओ. So I recited a verse to him, and then he said, "Will you write a song for me?" And it's
Oh
a
my God.
straight out of a movie. I said, "Yes, of course." Then he gave me a brief. He said, "Okay, you know, I'm going to go for this shot. Why don't you take a crack at it and
Hmm.
write a couple of things?" So I wrote a couple of verses for him, and then he says, "Can you come to Chennai next day?" And that was it. And I think it was the most beautiful, organic thing ever. I went on to write a bunch of songs for him.
Wow.
Had the like this crazy privilege. Like I don't even know if there's a word that can describe the uska vazan, us matlab experience. Ka I went to go to the Grammys 2 times with
Oh,
him as part of his team,
wow.
and that was beautiful. So I've been really empowered by Rahman sir, and he does it for so many people. You'd see so
Yeah.
many careers that have like really, been spotlighted because he's somebody who really empowers people. And then we went on to write the Marvel anthem, and I thought it was crazy that my first film project would be a
Incredible.
Hollywood project.
Yeah.
And matlab, I couldn't process it. I was calling my mom from LA कि आपको पता है मैं हॉलीवुड में हूँ, मैं हॉलीवुड में बैठ के एक गाना लिख रही हूँ. And to them, like our parents, Hollywood is probably just a thing or it's a movie. I'm like, आपको पता है ये actually एक जगह है.
Hey, yeah.
And
So it's not like Bollywood, right? Which is just like,
like an idea.
yeah, an idea.
Hollywood is actually a
A
place.
place.
And I was like, ये सब चल रहा है. And then it's been 5 years and we've worked on a bunch of songs together. हमारा इस हफ्ते एक और नया गाना आया है in this movie called Ryan, featuring Dhanush, and it's a beautiful composition. So, but more than that, I think Rahman sir to me is the advisor and the mentor to my creative life and the creative life of
Damn.
Mox Asia. He is our mentor and the guiding light. And उनके साथ, the मतलब लाइफ ऐसी खुल जाती है. आपका क्रिएटिव लेंस इतना एक्सपैंड होता है बिकॉज यू सी हिम वर्क ऑन अ फिल्म प्रोजेक्ट, यू सी हिम वर्क एज अ
Yeah.
मेंटोर टू यंग आर्टिस्ट एंड हेल्प देम इन देयर जर्नीज, एंड यू सी हिम ऑल्सो ऑन स्टेज and also him say building say a musical. So with him I've seen like, okay, what are the, what is the spectrum of creativity, and what is the spectrum of actually leading a human life. Through him I've also learned to unravel and peel away the creative layers, and I'm on that journey and really discover who we are as people, because जब तक experience नहीं करोगे तब तक आप लिख नहीं पाओगे. And that's all he tells me, एक्सपीरियंस उन्हीं दिन आएगा. तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, बहुत सिक्योर हूँ कि अभी तो हमारी लाइफ स्टार्ट हुई है.
अभी तो शुरुआत
अभी
है.
शुरुआत हुई है. अभी तो हम लोग लिखते रहेंगे 80 साल तक, अगर तक जिए 80 साल तक तब तक लिखते
100%.
रहेंगे. सो आई एम
100%.
very grateful for, I mean, he's an incredible person.
That's actually unreal. It sounds surreal that you get to experience this, and I'm so glad that you shared this with us.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is
It's quite
quite
incredible.
precious. Yes. Beautiful.
And it just talks about the spectrum of humanity, like you said, and also the possibilities
The possibilities.
that you can do so much. And he's been doing this for so long. He's given us such gems in terms of not just songs, but even the way he's lived his life.
Yeah.
He's given us the Oscars as a
Yes.
country. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And to have that living, breathing person, just literally in the flesh in front of you. Sometimes you're like, oh my gosh,
It's like this aura is gonna take
Yeah.
me away.
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, is that even real? Like, is someone recording? Every conversation he'll have with me, I'm like, is somebody recording this?
Like,
Am I on a show? Yeah. But it's beautiful. I'm
Ah.
just so blessed.
And so the Firdaus sessions, those were also with Rahman sir. And was that before the collabs, after, now, little later? When was that?
Right. So the Firdaus session actually happened in 2022, and
Okay.
it was at a beautiful time where Rahman sir was building the Firdaus studio
Okay.
in Dubai as part of the Dubai Expo, and also
Uh-huh.
the Firdaus Orchestra.
Okay.
So, he does like I said, he does so many empowering things.
Yeah.
One of the things that he's done is put together an all-woman orchestra from the
wow.
Middle East region. So, those conflict-ridden regions,
Yeah.
and, women are not always on stage. So he was able to really do this with the patronage of Her Highness in Dubai. And at the expo we had this wonderful orchestra leading a bunch of projects, and as part of that there was also a studio built. so that people in the region can come. So we have a very amazing studio called the Firdaus Studio in the Expo City now. So if you ever go to Dubai,
It's
please
just
do
there.
see the Firdaus Studio. And तो उसका जब उद्घाटन होना था,
हाँ.
तो सर का आइडिया था कि oh my gosh, I can't believe it that this has happened to me. He said that I would love for us to do a poetry collab. Nimika, you recite your poetry and I will give the music. And I died. I died when he said that. And मुझे बोलने में भी शर्म आ रही है और बहुत ही गुरूर भी हो रहा है that he said कि तुम it's so beautiful and I would like to. And I was like, is this for real? क्योंकि आप कंपोज करते हो, लोग आपके गाते हैं, लिखते हैं.
हाँ.
यहाँ पे मेरे शब्द हैं और मैं कुछ भी बोल रही हूँ और आप पीछे से मुझे बैक कर रहे हो. ये
हाँ,
क्या हो रहा है यार? Like, what are you talking about? Like, इसके बाद तो मैं किसी गिटारिस्ट के साथ भी नहीं बैठ सकती with my poetry, the bar is like up there. And that's what we did. So one fine day he said, okay, now the studio's ready. We have to do something which is different and not just music. So recite your poetry and I'm going to just play.
Oh my god.
And I was crying.
I can imagine.
I was crying. I was like, this is crazy. And we did it. And it's out. And it came out on, in January. A couple of years ago. And that's surreal.
Surreal से भी कुछ और बड़ा शब्द होगा तो you to use that, I think.
And उनका बड़प्पन देखिए. Like, why would he want to do it with somebody? And why does he want to do it like this?
Yeah.
How secure and transcendental do you have to be to
as
want to
an
do
artist?
this?
Have you seen this kind of trend though? Because he is incredible. He is, like you said, absolutely secure. He wants to empower every single artist that he comes across. But most artists tend not to be that secure, right? They have this insecurity with thoda bhi kuch or limelight kisi aur pe chala gaya, to then they're like, oh no, but then my light is being dimmed, etc. Do you deal with a lot of that at your agency when you manage artists, and how do you kind of help them through that?
I do actually, unfortunately, but I also feel it is a product of what's expected of artists. Now, you understand, anybody who wants to be on stage or anybody who wants to be an artist has to wear a very important and a very necessary narcissistic tool. Now, if I'm not a bit of a narcissist or a bit of a self-absorbed person, I don't want to face people.
Yeah.
I'm not even comfortable with the idea of being the leader of my thing, right? To be a leader, you have to be that. Now most performers are that. So I realize that it's an important value to have, but to what extent you employ it in different facets of your life is important. Now, Rahman sir, there is nobody like him.
Yeah.
And that actually comes from the person that he is. That I'm sure that he was like this even before Roja.
Yeah.
I can totally imagine him being completely secure.
Like, chill.
And that is, I think, the security of craft. Not the security of success.
Okay.
So the security of craft. मुझे लगता है कि मेरे को वही वैल्यू अपने आप में भी कल्टिवेट करनी है कि आप कुछ भी मुझसे बात कर लो, मैं कुछ भी लिख लूँ. Maybe I have some security when it comes to words. कि मेरा कुछ नहीं उखड़ेगा.
अगर हुआ नहीं हुआ,
कुछ भी नहीं उखड़ेगा, बिकॉज मेरे को इतनी सिक्योरिटी अपने क्राफ्ट पर, द प्रोसेस पर, नॉट सो मच सक्सेस के सिंबल्स चेंज होंगे, सक्सेस के माइलस्टोन्स चेंज होंगे. और जो लोग इस पे जोर करते हैं कि हमको लाइमलाइट नहीं जाने चाहिए, ये दोज आर पीपल ऑब्सेस्ड विद सक्सेस. सो क्राफ्ट ओवर सक्सेस, आई मीन आई एम अ बिलीवर ऑफ क्राफ्ट. एंड जब वो होता है फिर तो
you don't need
it.
That's very, very important. I'm gonna write that down. Craft over success. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so you had this fabulous experience with Mr. Rahman, kind of backing your poetry. So let's go into that. What did he see? What he saw in you? You are a poet at heart, in your soul, and as an artist now at Mox, right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about your poetry, a little bit about your sessions. Tell us.
Thank you. So my poetry project is called Aur Suno.
Okay.
And it started because I think मैं सुनाना चाहती थी. फोन पे जब लोग बात करते हैं ना दिल्ली में कि और सुनाओ, they always say और सुनाओ. So I was like और सुनो.
और सुनो.
So that's how it came about. And we first sort of introduced और सुनो as a digital series. So I started putting out like a digital portrait of poems a few years ago, and then really became like a thing. Then ऐसी demand आई कि you should also perform it live. So we moved from actually digital to offline.
Nice.
And then since then we've been hosting mehfils and shamiyanas a lot, and it's beautiful. Now it's music and poetry. So,
Okay.
I'll bring on, like, just the other day we did this beautiful mehfil last Friday with Swanan Kirkire ji, with Sameera Haji ji, and a beautiful band called Taktuk. So the whole idea is to create a community around it. And of course, I curate it and I also perform, but my
Yeah.
idea is that it should have a life of its own. मेरी पोइट्री हैज़ कम फ्रॉम मेरी खुद की यार, मेरी कहानी, मेरी ज़ुबानी. आई लव टू शेयर things that I've written because they've come from a very precious place and people seem to like it, so I don't want to
I'm
stop.
sure.
And so the idea was to just have a living, breathing poetry project. I am a performer at heart and I can't not do that.
Yeah.
तो अभी हम यही करते हैं, हम सुनाते हैं.
And these are Baithak style where you are kind of talking to the artists, not kind of seeing a show.
Yes, I mean, you can, of course, contribute. I mean, the boundary between the audience and the artist is very blurred. But yes, these are Baithak style. And बहुत बाबा होता है, बहुत इरशाद. And it's very old worldy, but it's also
Yeah.
very homey. Like you feel at home at our महफिल्स. तो आप please आना हमारी अगली महफिल में. Definitely, I'd love for you
Love
to come.
to.
Yes.
तो कुछ सुना दीजिए ना. आए हैं, बैठे ही हैं तो.
क्या सुनाए, मैं सोच रही हूँ. चलो सारे सपने सुनाते हैं. ठीक है. Now since we've spoken today, I think अच्छा मौका है सारे सपने सुनाने का, because we've also discussed a lot of my dreams and how they came true, and
Yes.
I've shared these really precious moments with you.
Uh-huh.
This is a poem I wrote a while ago, and I often close my set with this, where people start sort of performing with me this
Oh,
poem.
wow.
तो इस कविता का नाम है सारे सपने.
Mhm.
तो इस साल की क्या बताऊं ये दिन महीने जो गए, इस साल की क्या बताऊं ये दिन महीने जो गए, देखते ही देखते मेरे सारे सपने पूरे हो गए.
वाह वाह.
तो जनवरी की जंग में मेरे ख्वाब बुलंद हो गए, जनवरी की जंग में मेरे ख्वाब बुलंद हो गए, फरवरी में बेफिक्र मेरे पैर पंख हो गए.
Wow.
मार्च अप्रैल मई में उड़ाने भरी कई, जून की जद्दोजहद भी मानो जैसे शहद.
उफ.
जुलाई में मनाया जश्न जब आंसू मेरे खो गए, इस साल की क्या बताऊं सारे सपने पूरे हो गए. अगस्त रहा अनोखा जब नीर नीर तरंग हुए. मेरा नाम है निर्मिका, नीर से आया है, वाटर. तो अगस्त रहा अनोखा जब नीर नीर तरंग हुए, सावन की मीठी छाँव में इरादे मेरे दबंग हुए. सरसराता आया सितंबर मैंने छुआ थोड़ा अंबर, सरसराता आया सितंबर मैंने छुआ थोड़ा अंबर, अक्टूबर में और सुनो हवाई किले अमर हो गए, इस साल की क्या बताऊं सारे सपने पूरे हो गए. तो ये लाइन में सब लोग फिर
सारे
चांट
सपने
करते
पूरे
हैं.
हो गए.
ब्यूटीफुल. लास्ट की 2 लाइन्स हैं कि नवंबर बोला निर्मिका इस जहां में रोशन खूब हुए. अब नवंबर मुझे बोल रहा है कि निर्मिका इस जहां में रोशन खूब हुए, पर खुश किस्मत तो वो हुए जो खुद से खुद पर रहमान हुए.
आए हाय.
इसी महीने में आई हैड मेट सर कि इट्स सो इम्पोर्टेंट टू बी काइंड टू योर ओन
Yeah.
सेल्फ. रहमान रहना, काइंड रहना.
Absolutely.
दिसंबर बड़ा दिलदार रहा, दिसंबर बड़ा दिलदार रहा, दुनिया को मेरा ख्याल रहा. दिसंबर बड़ा दिलदार रहा, दुनिया को मेरा ख्याल रहा. 2 यार पुराने मिल गए,
आह.
2 बूंद समंदर बन गए.
आए हाय.
इस साल की क्या बताऊं ये दिन महीने जो गए, देखते ही देखते हमारे
सारे
सपने
सपने पूरे हो गए.
तो ये है.
Very very nice. वाह वाह.
थैंक यू थैंक यू.
So it's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
So most welcome. हम तो जहाँ मंच मिले सुना देते हैं.
So now I'm taking you to the next
Oh,
level
wow.
and asking you my first question, which is going to be my finance section.
Okay, sure.
When you took the plunge towards being an entrepreneur, you had that business kida, you had that is Mox Asia bootstrap? Did you figure out investors for them?
So far we're bootstrapped.
Sorry.
Yes. Completely bootstrapped so far.
Lovely.
And thankfully in the first month itself, profitable. So we started generating revenue. We had customers before we even began sort of the business. So that was a great testament to, okay, we can do this. And that was a big shot in the arm for me, that you can do this.
Yes.
So we had customers. How we're able to scale and take it to the next level is a problem right now. So of course we are going to be seeking funding now. So this is the time when we're going to be readying that.
Got it.
So
Got
you
it.
could say the past 2 years would be, you've built your MVP, you have customers, but you're slightly profitable. Now this lean team is performing, but that's not where it is at, right?
Yeah.
Now the next step will require.
Yeah, you've already proved your product. Proof of concept is there.
Yeah.
It's working. But it's great that you did it bootstrapped
Yeah.
already until now. and you have a lot of kind of tools under your belt. Clearly, you have that business kida. But artists now, so I'm going to kind of deviate between personal and
Sure,
business.
sure, sure, absolutely.
But artists, they're not inclined towards financial literacy. How important is it for an artist to also keep tabs of that while surrendering to the creative process?
I think financial literacy is such a must, and all of us have realized it only too late in our lives how illiterate we are financially and how it is not, how it is again mystified. And numbers, okay, I'm going to take a step back and talk numbers. Now, in India, anything to do with mathematics, numbers is just so stigmatized that you either have to hate it or you have to love it. There is there's no middle ground for people who can be okay with numbers, who can be comfortable with numbers and normal with them. So I feel that has to come from here, and most of it is driven by families. And there's something I say all the time, and then, my team will laugh at it. I often say, defy your parents.
Yeah.
Mostly defy them for their beliefs being shoved down your throat. And I think a lot of the aversion from numbers, from things, from life, investments comes from parents, because they haven't sought their aspirations as far out as you should be, and we are mostly limited by their own. So I do also feel that it's a component of it is to unlearn the things that you learn at home and to apply it differently. Like, there's not a single entrepreneur in my house, but I am one, and they don't get it.
Yeah.
They still don't get it. I mean, unko to maybe shock bhi lagta ho, okay, how a service person has like transitioned to,
Yeah.
so they don't get it. But then that's the whole thing, that you have to be financially literate from an early age. Artists are also considered to be, जैसे उनकी इज्जत पे कुछ आता है अगर हम लोग फाइनेंस की बात करें, तो आपको बताती हूँ, आर्टिस्ट का डिस्कम्फर्ट विद फाइनेंस एंड मनी कम्स फ्रॉम द फैक्ट कि आपने पैसे की कैसे बात कर ली, राइट? उसकी नॉलेज होना तो एक ये अलग बात है, और वो उसी से इंट्रिंसिकली लिंक्ड है. A lot of the things I will tell artists is that you being money minded is not a bad thing. You're securing yourself. Money is enablement for you, so you should be able to have comfortable conversations around it, and that will come from knowledge. Your comfort will come from knowledge, so you have to be well acquainted. उसके लिए मुझे लगता है एक स्टार्टर पैक कोर्स होना चाहिए सबके लिए जैसे लाइफ में होते हैं कोर्सेज, एक नंबर्स, टैक्सिंग,
नंबर टैक्सेशन
एंड जस्ट फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी, और एक जीएसटी प्लस टीडीएस का कोर्स होना चाहिए अलग से सबके लिए जो भी इनवॉइसेस भेजते हैं. ओ माय गॉड, एक उसका तो आई थिंक हम ये वाला बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं तुम और मैं.
ग्लैडली. Very
Master
happy.
classes
for artists.
Seriously, the number of queries that we get and the number of things that my team has to
deal with
when they just don't know what
invoicing and GST and
they
TDS.
just don't get it.
इतना कम क्यों आया? TDS क्यों कटा? अरे
क्यों कटा? मुझे पहले क्यों नहीं बताया? अरे मैं नहीं कर रही यार, तेरे में ही वापस जाएगा, तुझे ही मिलेगा. नहीं, GST क्यों काटा? मैं नहीं रख रही, गवर्नमेंट को आगे पे करना है देखो. And input credit and all of these things. I think people just don't get it, and it's so easy to get it. You just have to sit for 3 hours and सब समझ में आ जाएगा. लेकिन because effort है ना, effort
outside their comfort zone ना.
outside the comfort zone.
That's the problem, I think. Effort है तो ठीक है. But if it's learning a different type of guitar, they'll be okay with it.
They'll be okay with it. Yes. And that's true for like many different communities. Like, not to say of artists alone,
Of
but
course.
yeah, very important.
So artists सीख लो थोड़ा सा.
सीख लो. Yes.
Okay, now getting into a little bit more of personal finance. This is a
Yes.
question that we ask everybody.
Sure.
Because this is who we are. We are Fin Cocktail.
Of course.
How do you manage your own money?
Okay, so I think it's only been a few years when I've been completely conscious about where I'm spending my money and where I'm investing my money. So now I'm like on the ball with it.
Love it.
I wasn't like that, say, even like 6-7 years ago, because we're like, oh, we're just building our lives. I think this is the time for consolidation for me. So I
Yeah.
have to be a lot more wise. How am I managing my money is, I mean, I do have some very good advisors who are helping me manage it, but it is managed in such a way that gives me a lot of flexibility. So
Nice.
of course, assets that can be managed well. Of course, zero liabilities. I live very lightly on the ground,
Nice.
very light financial ground. So I right now also don't have things that will bear me down or weigh me down by anchoring me to a certain place or thing. I'm also kind of nomadic. I move between cities,
Yeah.
sometimes even countries a lot. So I want to be able to have that flexibility and a long rope to be able to do that. And that long rope also comes from some level of foregoing some investments.
Of course.
Like, I'll always need to have some extra something so that I'm always secure about being able to take these high risk adventures. And that has come, and so that's a conscious choice that I've had to take. So people who've like say a friend of mine who's buying, say, their second home or whatever, even a first fancy home, and I've chosen not to do it, is because I live a very different life. and I need my investments to be shaped very differently.
Accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been a learning, and yeah, it changes you also as a person,
100%.
So that is how I'm managing. Yeah.
That's nice because honestly, we love it that you've cleared it out that देखो मुझे ये चाहिए इसकी वजह से this is how my investments will look. Because the first thing that we talk about is that personal finance has personal in front of it. It's very individualistic and it's
Yeah.
very different for everybody.
Right.
आपका पैसा और मेरा पैसा सेम जगह पे इन्वेस्ट नहीं हो सकता
Hmm.
because our issues in life are different.
Correct.
Anyway, so I love that. I love that. And I really think that artists should kind of focus
yeah.
on that as well. As early as possible. Earlier the better.
Absolutely.
What do you think if you as an entrepreneur were giving an artist a starter pack? कि अभी आपको as an artist, actually technically all whoever identifies as an artist who doesn't do like a job is an entrepreneur also, right?
I call artists an entrepreneur. That's
Exactly.
a masterclass I do. All artists are entrepreneurs.
See,
You're not
so,
an artist.
Exactly, you are an entrepreneur because
Yes.
पैसा तो उधर से ही मिल रहा है.
Absolutely.
तो my first question is, what would you give them in that starter pack? Like, what would you
Sure.
tell them?
हम लोग starter pack ही बेचते हैं actually Mox में, तो मैं आपको बता सकती हूँ उसकी क्या offerings
I
हैं.
love it.
We actually started with the starter pack ideology
nice.
because that was the learning from like data of like thousands of artists
Yeah.
that we spoke with, conversed with, that there were some residual components that all artists needed, and that is the thing that we have been able to structure. So our USP in the business would also be that I will give you a starter pack that has all the things. So one of the things that artists definitely need is a moat around their business. Now the moat can be the talent that they have, the signature style that they have, anything that is singularly unique to
Theirs.
them and theirs, which cannot be copied. So that's number one. Second is that they need to have at least 3 or 4 whichever combination they want of a dream team, whether it is coming from someone who's producing content for them or someone who's doing something else for them, but they need to have a team to secure so that everything doesn't come down to the artist. And third, a starter pack would be like a roadmap. Third element of it would be a roadmap as to how they can monetize this. So if you're if you're a poet, you have a young poet come to me and say like मेरे को ये build करना है, so what is it about the poet person per se what I can really market? Second, having the lovely team around them that can build it. And third would be the roadmap कि अच्छा अभी आप पोएट्री अभी स्टार्ट किया है तो अभी 2 साल में इसको कैसे आप मोनेटाइज करोगे, इसका जो रोड मैप आपको दे देंगे. तो these are the starter packs. तो इसमें बाकी सारी चीज़ें तो आ ही जाती है, whether it's your PR, branding, content, shoots and all of that. But these are the 3 broad categories that we would give. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. So we essentially associate wealth or money, like you said ना कि artist पे थोड़ा इज्जत पे आ जाता है कि पैसे की बात कैसे कर ली. I think it goes back to a little bit of a generational issue.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you have to unlearn,
correct.
but I'm also saying that society has always dubbed money as bad. Like अभी आप कोई भी मूवी में विलन देखोगे ना उसके पास बहुत सारा पैसा होता है, वो बहुत बड़े घर में रहता है. बेचारा हीरो हमारा is like तड़पोing somewhere in some small house or something like that.
Yeah, so
It's true, it's funny. या फिर heroine दोनों rich होते हैं.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
and then फिर ऊपर नीचे then it's a problem.
Yeah.
So how do we change this mindset that money or talking about money is bad? Because that's what we try to set out to do. And we always say this, that being money minded is just being conscious that boss, ये दुनिया में रहना है तो पैसे कमाने पड़ेंगे, बढ़ाने पड़ेंगे. Because otherwise there's no point.
Absolutely.
How do we change this mindset? Unlearning is, yes, of course, the first thing. But how do we detach money from villainy?
I think we can do that by normalizing it in conversations, by making it very normal. Like asking somebody's salary is all right. Asking people to like, okay, how have we stigmatized age? Like if I asked a woman mostly and I do the podcast, like, oh, why are you asking me? No one's comfortable saying, I'm very comfortable, I'm 37 years old. यार क्या तू भी होगा, मैं भी होगी, तुम ये भी होगी. Like everybody is going to be an age someday.
Yeah.
Very similar to that. And I often ask people what age they are, and sometimes they're taken back by the question. I'm like, ये तो ऐसा ही है कि कौन से स्कूल में पढ़े आप, तो उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? इससे कहाँ से आपकी पर्सनल चीज अटैच हो गई और आपकी वैल्यू अटैच हो गई?
Correct.
So people find it okay. So that it's the question is of value. People attach their own value and worth with the money that they earn. And also in India, because income inequalities are so high now, in the West people are pretty okay saying, okay, I draw like 120k USD per year, or I draw this much, people are kind of okay. They're okay sharing that this is my income bracket. India में लोगों को बहुत वो लगता है क्योंकि shame है.
Yeah.
So there is villainy. Before villainy, I think there is shame in India attached with money. कि आप क्या कम है या बड़ा है, क्योंकि हमारी वैल्यू ही उसी चीज से
Associated with money.
इनकम इनक्वालिटीज है, क्लास इनक्वालिटीज है, कास्ट इनक्वालिटीज है,
Too many inequalities.
and I feel which is why it's so difficult, but we can change it by talking more about it.
Yeah.
You know, we can change it by asking, like,
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time or ever, like really, even when I was in my first job, my parents being so comfortable talking about कि अच्छा चाहे तुम्हें 25,000 अर्न करो, इसमें क्या किया, इसमें क्या इन्वेस्ट किया, या तो वो चले जाते थे किसी और ने देख लिया,
Yeah.
but getting really comfortable with the fact that hey, are you investing it in the right ways?
100%.
So in India they do it especially for women from with a protective lens, not with an enablement lens.
Yeah.
And that is a problem.
It is.
शादी हो गई तो फिर हस्बैंड मैनेज कर रहा है,
Correct.
इन-लॉज मैनेज कर रहे हैं, पता ही नहीं है लेडीज को, और वो यही है यार. आई मीन
Conversation easy कर लो.
इजी कर लो और बहुत कर लो, नॉर्मल
Yeah.
कर लो.
Yeah.
So it's not coming from that perspective. And
Like so many times, see na, like so many people don't know how much their parents earn.
हाँ, yes.
Do you have the
बताते नहीं
guts
है.
to
Yeah,
ask your parents? कितना आ रहा है घर पे पापा?
Yeah.
And they also will be like कि बदतमीज क्यों पूछ रहे हो?
Yeah, क्योंकि आपकी वैल्यू पता चल जाएगी फिर.
Yeah, but it's not about the value. It's money is money. It is either there or not there.
Not there.
There's a very interesting saying in Marathi. कशाचे सोंग आणता येतं पैशाचं सोंग नाही आणता येत. मतलब you can pretend to be anything. You can pretend to be nice. You can pretend to like somebody. You can pretend to be kind. You can pretend to be generous. But you cannot pretend to have money. Either you have money or you don't.
Oh wow, yes, wow. And I had this very different saying someone told me once ki I may not have success, but I have the symbols of success at least. You know, like you see a lot of people like
Yeah.
you know, there's like a lot of symbols and flashy and interesting.
Yeah, but you can pretend to have success also.
You can pretend to have success.
But you cannot
pretend to
pretend to
have.
have because money is literally either there or not.
Not there. It's so factual, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't change.
It's there in a bank
Beautiful.
account or no.
ब्यूटीफुल. हाँ, तो आई थिंक बात करनी चाहिए कि
Yeah.
कितना है, और इसको अनकंफर्टेबल नहीं करना चाहिए. जैसे आजकल यू सी अ लॉट ऑफ kids, very young kids, are openly talking about the fact that they're having their period. They're okay.
Yes,
Parents are
thank
talking
you.
about it. 13-year-old girls are very casually mentioning. We used to never mention. I remember the last time I ever mentioned to my dad that I was on my period.
Yeah.
It was just something no one talked, no one said. It was never discussed.
It was not supposed to be
discussed, and there was no opportunity to want to.
Yeah.
I think the same with money. Money is period. Money period. Period money. No? There you go. Destigmatize
this
money
is
talk,
what we're
like
doing.
period talk.
Yeah.
There you go. This is it.
I love it.
You got your little clicker.
So nice. That is absolutely true. We need to have more conversations about money. We have to have them all the time, and we have to have them with everybody and make sure that this becomes completely normal. So on that note, thank you so much for coming and joining us and actually talking about all of this without, no holds barred, just everything. It was great. It was great learning about your journey, and it was so much fun.
Oh, thank you, Saili. I think I feel very nourished, and I think this is a beautiful, safe space that you have created for the people that you bring on board. And हर किसी से आप ऐसी बातें नहीं कर सकते, हर किसी के साथ इतनी बड़ी चीज़ें नहीं शेयर कर सकते, और छोटी से छोटी और बड़ी से बड़ी, right? To feel vulnerable, I think, is a great thing. And if you've created that space, I think you're doing a fab job. You and Niyati, congratulations on everything that you do. Happy
you
Hour
so
really made me
much.
very happy.
Yay! That's the game. That's the aim of the game.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
having me.
so much.
To everybody that's watching the Happy Hour by Fin Cocktail, please like, subscribe, and share our channel.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.